ahead.
Jeb Bush is a low energy person. For him to get things done is hard. I think Jeb is a nice person. He's very low energy. I'm not used to that kind of a person.
Jeb Bush, we call him low energy, low energy. He really is. He's low. He's low. He's low on energy.
You can't just tell Congress you're fired and go to commercial break.
Look, Jeb is a nice guy. He's a stiff, okay? He ought to do what Walker did. Walker saw... He should drop out? Oh, absolutely. He's no chance. And he's been branded as a low-energy person. I don't know who branded him. I don't know. I can't imagine. When you said low energy for Bush, you defined him so incredible. It was over. He can have $125 million in the bank. It's over.
Who would you rather have negotiate with Iran? Trump or Jeb?
And I think you can see I'm having a good time. I really am. You know, they said to Jeb Bush, it was like this. They said, are you having fun? Yes.
I know how to do this.
Son, you gotta take the lumps. You thought every once in a while was too tough. Take the lumps up. Be soft. Be a little bit like Jeb Bush every once in a while. Soft.
I will be a commander-in-chief that will have the back of the military.
He can't even put on a tie and jacket. He's running for president.
I won't trash talk.
Yes. He's asleep.
I won't be a divider or agitator. I won't be out there as a blowhard.
Don't fall asleep when I mention the name, please.
I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country.
You know what's happening to Jeb's crowd, as you know, right down the street? They're sleeping. They're sleeping.
Get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please smile.
And the poll just came out, and I'm tied with Jeb Bush. And I said, oh, that's too bad. How can I be tied with this guy? He's terrible. He's terrible.
I've got to get this off my chest. Donald Trump is a jerk.
He's a man that doesn't want to be doing what he's doing. I call him the reluctant warrior. And warrior is probably not a good word.
I feel better now. I gave myself therapy there, thank you.
I think Bush is an unhappy person.
Apple Watch. My watch can't be talking.
I don't think he has any energy.
Is it my watch?
Short, tall, fat, ugly. Would we not all be worried to have someone like that in charge of the nuclear industry?
Mr. Trump?
I never look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. That I can tell you.
Jeb Bush even said that Donald Trump is out to destroy the Republican Party. What do you think about that?
I think that Donald Trump is a fake. I think he's a fake conservative, and really there's not much about him that is conservative.
First of all, Rand Paul shouldn't even be on this stage. He's number 11. He's got 1% in the polls, and how he got up there, there's far too many people. Anyway, the people of Kentucky are being used by Rand Paul.
I'd like to also go back to another question, which is Donald Trump serious?
The people of Kentucky should get a senator that wants to represent them, not a senator who respects them.
But just calling people stupid or calling them fat or saying they're bleeding, I mean, are these ridiculous statements?
He's a disaster in military and defense. If I was in Kentucky, I would run against him, and believe me, I'd win.
You know, for a lot of us, it's like watching a car accident instead of focusing on the direction we should be headed. That's a sideshow out there.
That's been nice to Scott Walker.
And Mr. Trump, we don't need an apprentice in the White House. We don't need an apprentice in the White House. We have one right now.
I said, oh, finally I can attack. Fine. Excuse me.
No, we talk about
In
this.
Wisconsin, you're losing $2.2 billion right now. When the folks of Iowa found out the true facts of the job that you've done in Wisconsin, all of a sudden you tubed. He was number 1, now he's number 6 or 7 in the polls.
I have no respect Well, I don't think she's very good. I think she's highly overrated. She starts asking me all sorts of ridiculous questions. You could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
Excuse me, sit down. You weren't called. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Go ahead. No, you don't. You haven't been called. Go back to Univision. Go ahead.
You told me on my radio show that you would release your tax returns. Are you going back on your
No, I'm not.
commitment?
First of all, very few people listen to your radio show. That's the good news.
The idea of returning a blow every time you receive one, you know that doesn't work in any high
Well,
level.
I'm a believer. Perhaps you're not. Maybe that's why your show isn't doing as well as it should be.
Oh, you see, that's not nice.
Why didn't you read my quote the way I said it?
That's right.
Don't ask me questions like that. You're not a very good reporter. Do this interview with somebody else.
So we talked about this yesterday on the phone.
This is exactly do the interview with somebody else. Yeah, you don't do this. Do it with somebody else.
Every poll you're in proves that.
Not to say that you are a protest candidate, because in our recent poll, CNN poll says why they vote for you, 71%.
He ain't talking to you anymore.
You just went. I mean, what are you making a statement or asking me?
No.
This really stupid guy, Chuck Dunn. I won't use his name.
Let you respond to those poll numbers, which I think that you wanted to respond to.
I didn't want to respond. Your people called my office about 40 times asking me to go into the show. So it's dishonest what you're saying, Chuck.
I refuse to call him Sleepy Eyes. I'm not going to call him Sleepy Eyes anymore.
You got to tell the truth.
Let me ask you about your debate.
You have to tell the truth.
Are for immigrants on the whole create?
Come on, try to get it. You don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead. Don't even I'd love to have done certain things, but you can't. You can't. But that's true in life. And you would have too. Give me one. You would love not to have contributed to the Clinton Foundation, as an example. Are you going to ask anybody else a question?
Every
single question comes to me?
Mr. Trump.
I know I'm good for the ratings, but ever since I said Jeb Bush or Bush, now there's a reason he doesn't use his last name, because it's not going to work too well. He had a lot of problems with that last name.
I'd love to have your support. Hi, I'm Jeb. How are you?
What Jeb Bush has done to the Bush family is very sad. Your brother and your brother's administration gave us Barack Obama because it was such a disaster those last 3 months that Abraham Lincoln couldn't have been elected. Obviously, the war in Iraq was a big, fat mistake. George Bush made a mistake. We can make mistakes, but that one was a beauty.
We sent a clear signal that the United States would be strong and fight Islamic terrorism, and he did keep us safe.
I don't know, you feel safe right now? I don't feel so safe. The last thing we need is another Bush.
I am sick and tired of him going after my family.
The World Trade Center came down during the rain. That's not safe. That is not safe. If you listen to him and you listen to some of the folks that I've been listening to, that's why we've been in the Middle East for 15 years and we haven't won anything. Free trade can be wonderful if you have smart people. But we have people that are stupid. When they send their product here, there's no tax. Come on in, stupid people. Come on and sell whatever you want. You can win against China if you're smart. But our people don't have a clue. They can't believe how stupid the American leadership is. We give state dinners to the heads of China. They're ripping us left and right. Just take it to McDonald's and go back to the negotiating table. Seriously. I know the greatest negotiators in the world. Some are horrible people, horrible human beings. Who cares? I love them. I like China. People think I don't like China. I love China. I just sold an apartment for $15 million to somebody from China. How could I dislike China? They call it a sucking act. They're sucking the jobs and the money right out of our country. That's what they're doing. These dummies say, oh, well, that's the trade war. Trade war? We're losing $500 billion in trade with China. Who the hell cares if there's a trade war? I would certainly start taxing goods that come in from China.
Sorry, sir, you
I see Rick Perry the other day, and he's doing very poorly in the polls. He put glasses on so people will think he's smart.
Donald Trump does not have the character, nor does he have the temperament.
It just doesn't work. You know, people can see through the glasses.
He offers a barking karma.
You know, I have many on Facebook and Twitter. It's great. It's like owning a newspaper without the glasses. Just disgusting. So I tweeted that Rick Perry should have to have an IQ test before getting on the debate stage.
Donald Trump is the system. He and Hillary Clinton are two sides of the same coin. She's made her millions selling access and influence, and he's made his billions buying people like Hillary Clinton off.
Carly was a little nasty to me. Be careful, Carly. Be careful.
Donald Trump isn't a conservative.
But I can't say anything to her because she's a woman, and I don't want to be accused of being tough on women. I can't do that, right?
Trump was watching Fox News with a Rolling Stone reporter for this week's cover story.
Huh? Am I allowed?
Look at that face. Why would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that's the face of our next president? I mean, she's a woman. I'm not supposed to say bad things, but really, folks, come on. Are we serious?
Ladies, look at this face.
Something like that, but I'm talking about persona. I'm not talking about look. Although when I get criticized for my hair, which isn't that bad, nobody does a story about, oh, isn't that terrible? They criticize Donald Trump's hair.
And by the way, look, it really is mine. Look at me. Right? My hair. Give me a mirror.
I promised I wouldn't say that she ran Hewlett Packard into the ground. I said I will not say it. The company is a disaster and continues to be a disaster. They still haven't recovered. That her stock value tanked. That she laid off tens of thousands of people. In fact, today on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, they fired another 25 or 30,000 people, and we still haven't recovered from the catastrophe. And she got viciously fired. I said I will not say that. Catastrophe also. So I always say this. You can't do anything. You were forced to file for bankruptcy. Not once. I know. Not twice. 4 times. Almost everybody in Atlantic City is either in trouble or filing for
because I am climbing in the polls.
Shows Fiorina making no progress.
I don't want their money, I don't need their money, and I'm the only one up here that can say that.
Jeb Bush had $168 million put in the bank by lots of different people that would have controlled him, ding, 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 like a puppet.
Standard operating procedure to disparage me. That's fine. I don't
Spend a little more money on the commercials. And they'll say, they gave you $1 million to do it, and this one gave you $5, and this one, you have to do it.
It says Hillary, it's emblazoned, right? Tattooed! It's tattooed right at the bottom. It says Hillary. Basically what they're saying is I control Clinton. Politicians all talk. It's true. All talk, it's all bullshit. Politicians are really dishonest. Yeah.
Pathological disease.
It simply is an adjective that describes something that is highly abnormal.
When he said he hit a friend of his in the face with a lock, with a padlock, I say, whoa, that's pretty bad. He took a knife, and he went after a friend, and he lunged that knife into the stomach of his friend, but lo and behold, it hit the belt. And don't forget, this isn't a clip. I'm not bringing up anything that's not in the clip. I have a belt. Somebody hit me with a belt. Move this way. Move this way. Move that way. How stupid are the people of Ireland? How stupid are the people of the country to believe this?
When you talk about men being rapists and murderers, when you talk to women, if he had spoken to your wife the way he spoke to some of these women, would you take that, sir?
When you're very nice, you're very respectful, you talk about the real issues, where does it get? It gets you where it got me? Nowhere, okay?
No. So is that
He's very, very weak.
Oh god, I almost got all the... Do I have both medals?
They come for love. I said, what?
Wait, do I have all the mythics yet?
I mean, they're coming for love.
Let's go.
A lot of other reasons. These are people that are coming to provide for their families.
Let's go, bro.
And we should show a little more respect for the fact that they're struggling.
The weakest person on this stage by far on illegal immigration is Jeb Bush.
They come out of the packs of love, whether you like it or not. He is so weak.
Mr. Trump said, quote, if my wife were from Mexico, I think I would have a soft spot for people from Mexico.
Mi esposa Columba nació en México. Mi familia tiene fuertes lazos con México.
When you were governor, you supported driver's licenses for illegal immigrants, and you supported in-state tuition prices for those children of illegal immigrants that weren't citizens.
Gracias a las personas que vienen de todas partes del mundo, contribuyendo a nuestra economía y comunidad. Que todos somos americanos.
Did Mr. Trump go too far in invoking your wife?
He did. He did. Well, I apologize for her.
No, I won't
right
do that
now.
because I said nothing wrong, but I do hear she's a lovely woman.
I'm sorry if I...
You know, I haven't been big on apologies. Trump never apologizes. I'll look into it. Okay, let's go. One more. Come on. We want to put
Spanish on the campaign trail.
Eres idiota o estúpido o que no tiene energía o bla bla bla.
We have a country where to assimilate you have to speak English.
This is a diverse country. We should celebrate that diversity. Siempre recordar que todavía no hemos tenido un país de justicia completa.
English, not Spanish.
Getting 8 ads every 20 minutes is actually diabolical. Meet Pi, the ad blocker that actually works on Twitch, aka every user.
You can get her. She looks just like Hillary Clinton. Hillary wants to find out how you get these crowds, right? Get him out. Thank you. Thank you, officer. Thank you. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him.
I was very gentle. And then they said I was weak. Okay, I was weak. And the last thing I want to be called is weak.
Bye. Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy. Tell her to tuck you in bed. And your mother is voting for Trump? She's voting for Trump? I mentioned food stamps, and that guy who's seriously overweight went crazy. And they said that wasn't politically correct. Who cares? We all have a weight problem. Yeah, get him out. Get him the hell out of here. Why didn't you do it a little earlier, you dope? I think he's got some problems. He's got some little problems here. All right, get him out. Go home and get a
somebody getting to throw a tomato? Knock the crap out of him, would you? I will pay for the legal fees, I promise.
He's walking out like a big high five, smiling, laughing. Like to punch him in the face. I love the old days. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, fellas. Would have been blown up. Beat them. You have the nicest protesters in Maine. I just said, get out, and he said, yes, sir, and he left. Quiet, quiet, quiet. All right, let him come on, quiet. Get out. Thank you. Quiet over there. Even though you're on my side, quiet. Throw him out. Throw him out into the cold. Don't give him that coat. Don't go. Get him the hell out of here. Get him out. Troublemaker. Get him out of here. Get out of here. Like, get out of here. Go. Boom. Go home. Get him out of here. You have one of those guys from the... How much you being paid? $1,500? Come on, get him out, police, please. We'll get more and more angry as we go along. Is that okay?
We're making a deal with Iran, and we're fighting.
Oh, bro.
$400 million being flown to Iran. This is in cash, in currency. It's a disgrace. I wonder where that money really goes, by the way, right? He doesn't even call the
Got all the mythics too.